recording. Okay, so what I want to do is animate this quad climbing and falling. Okay? In Blender, it's extremely easy to do this. All you need to do is hit the A key. So if you toggle the A key, you select and deselect every single thing in your menu. So I'm going to hit A so I select every single thing in front of me. Okay? Then with my mouse still on the 3D view, I'm going to hit I, and it's going to bring up something called Insert Keyframe. Okay? And I'm going to click this button that says Lock Rot Scale. That means location, rotation, scale. So what it's going to do is it's going to preserve the location, the rotation, and the scale factor. Okay, let's do that one more time. So I'm going to hit the A key to toggle select everything. I'm going to hit the I key, and then I'm going to type in Lock Rot Scale. Okay? And what that's going to do is going to make a keyframe there. Okay? So for the sake of the video, I'm going to move on and then we'll backtrack. Okay? Because it's really easy. I'm just going to do 3 keyframes. Okay? If you look down here, you should have what's called a timeline. If you don't have a timeline, like say your timeline is missing, like say it looks like this, there are like these 3 little lines down here at the bottom left. You can actually drag up and create a new window. And then you want to click this button again and click timeline. So now you have this timeline here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this green bar and I'm going to move it to, say, 30. So that's 30 frames in front of me is the current view that I'm looking at. Okay? And so I don't know, let's say that the quad can climb, I don't know, let's say it just like really just takes off and like hovers a little bit. So I'm going to grab the quad and I'm going to move it up like this. And then again, I'm going to leave it there. I'm going to toggle select everything. I'm going to hit I to create another keyframe. And then now I want it to land, so I'm going to move the timeline slider to 60. I'm going to deselect everything, grab the quad, move it down, and get it to be on the ground. I'm going to toggle select everything again, hit I, Lock Rot Scale. Now I have 3 frames, and so now, check this out, if I move my timeline over here, and I hit play, there's my quad takes off and comes back down. It was a really, really violent up and down, but that was it. That's exactly, I mean, that's pretty much like beginner's guide to animation. Okay, so one thing, I'm going to assume that this video is just 2 seconds long, so there's an end frame here. I'm going to set that to 60. And so now the video will just play from 0 to 60. And so now I can render each frame just to make sure that it looks okay. But if I want to render a video, all I have to do is come down here and hit the animation button. And now it's literally going to go through all 60 frames and render every frame and turn it into a movie, just like that. No big deal, right?
What if your eye doesn't work? Like my eye is like making after when I select.
Okay, so all of the frames rendered, and so it put a no, that's not it. Where did it save this animation? Oh, I put it in the temp directory. That was stupid. Let me pause this. I don't want to sit here and look for it. Okay, unfortunately, it just made 60 frames because I forgot to tell it what to do. So I'm gonna put it on the desktop and hit accept, and then I'm gonna tell it to make it an AVI. I'm gonna make it what, MPEG? I'll make it an MPEG desktop, and I'm gonna name it quad takeoff example. And then now I'm gonna hit animation. Okay, and it's gonna render your frame, so I'm gonna pause the video. Okay, so now it's done. So if I go to the desktop, there should be, here we go. So I've fully rendered the video. So if I double click, here's a really cool, easy Blender video that I just made in like 2.5 seconds. And it's not that impressive, but it's good enough. Okay. And again, all of you students hating on Blender and how it's free and all that stuff, Blender just made a really sweet quadcopter animation in 2 seconds. So, all right.
My timeline took over.